Hi everyone, today we're going to be reading a story called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? So some of you already might know what the story might be about. In my class in K1, we actually have an invisible bucket, and whenever somebody does something kind for each other, for a Mora or for a friend, the Mora puts a Hershey Kiss into the bucket, and when the bucket has enough Hershey Kisses for everyone in the class, then we have something that's called a Hershey Kiss party. You guys might be able to try something like this at your house, even though we're not at school. And it doesn't have to be with candy. It can either be with a penny, or you can ask your mom if you can do it with a snack. And every time somebody in your family does something kind for somebody else, it could be any mitzvah where it makes your mommy or daddy very proud, or it makes you happy that one of your siblings did something they did for you, then you can put something into a bucket, and you can have your own bucket in your house for your family. And maybe you can have a party of some sort at your house with whatever you put into the bucket. So today we're going to be reading Have You Filled a Bucket Today by Carol McLeod, illustrated by David Messing. And don't forget, you can also make a picture of a bucket, and you could make a picture of a dot in the bucket whenever someone does something nice. It doesn't have to be a real bucket. And let's see what the story has to teach us. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. That means it's not really there, it's invisible. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket, and each member of your family has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have buckets. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. That's true. In my class, or even at home, when somebody does something nice for me, my bucket gets really full. And when I do something for others, my bucket also gets full. So when you make somebody else happy or proud, your bucket gets full, even if the other person's not doing it for you, even if you're doing something. So it works both ways. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. Other people can fill your bucket, and you can fill theirs. You can fill your own bucket too. So how do you fill a bucket? How do you guys think you fill a bucket? Let's see. You fill a bucket when you show someone you love, you care, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That is being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says and does nice things to make others feel special. When you treat others with kindness and respect, you fill their bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do something that wasn't so nice, or when you ignore someone. That's bucket dipping. Yeah, sometimes that happened to me. In my class, when someone did something maybe they weren't supposed to, or they did the wrong choice, my bucket sometimes got empty, and it didn't make me feel good, and then it didn't make the children feel good either. And then we had to work extra hard to fill back the bucket, right? We have to do extra work. Bullying is bucket dipping, not being nice to your friend. When you hurt others, you dip into their buckets. You will dip into your own bucket too. That's right. When you do something that's not so nice, your bucket feels empty, and then you don't feel so good. You have a very, very yucky feeling. Many people who dip have an empty bucket the way they think they could fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. Does that ever make anyone feel a little yucky when you do something and you know you're not supposed to? It's not a good feeling, and it won't work to make you feel better. It will only make you feel worse. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. You see? There's arrows because she's filling his and it's also filling hers. They're both getting filled up. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them that you love them? You can even tell them why you love them. Your caring words will fill their buckets with joy. That means they'll be so happy, right? Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled someone's bucket, right? If somebody's smiling, then we know that we made them happy, right? That's someone using their emotions to show you how they feel. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket, and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to a bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. These are good examples of how to fill a bucket. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. I know some of you guys did do this, right? You guys said, I appreciate your teaching us on Zoom, and I'm sure many more's buckets were filled too. You could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with him. There are many different ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost money and it doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places for everyone. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that's you. I'm sure you guys are all bucket fillers and you all are thinking of different ways to help people at home, even if you don't even realize that you're filling someone's bucket, either your mom or your dad or a brother or a sister or whoever's living with you. So I want you guys to think of something that you're gonna do to fill someone's bucket, and the challenge is to do that thing that you're gonna tell yourself that you're going to do. And you can email your Mora sharing with her the thing that you did to fill someone's bucket. Okay, I can't wait to hear about all the different things that you guys are thinking about, of different choices that you're going to make of how to fill someone's bucket. And don't forget, if you would like to make your own bucket, you can either draw a picture of one, or you can make one with different materials in your house, or you can use something that you already have in your house and use something like maybe a snack or something to fill it in. Whatever you want. I want to see pictures, and use your